Hello, it's me Pepper here. Welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to another video. Okay. Today I'm going to be doing like a story time kind of thing. It's not actually clickbait. It's not. So I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that I got bitten by a dog in the face. By a dog in the face. In my dog by a face. So it wasn't my dog, it was actually someone that lived nearby that had a Cocker Spaniel named Lady, and I actually used to have a Cocker Spaniel named Lady, and sadly she had to be taken away because me, Sarah, the really overly hyper child, was being too obnoxious and loud for the dog to handle, so it peed every time it saw us. Yep, so sadly we didn't have that dog anymore because it had to be taken to another family because it just had some stress, and yeah. But this Cocker Spaniel really reminded me of my old dog, and because I was still like a bit upset over losing that dog, well, not forever, it wasn't really dead, but the fact that I didn't have that dog every day made it so when I saw that dog, warning, I'm gonna say the word dog a lot here throughout the entire video as well. That dog just melted my heart, and ever like since then, like that I saw the dog, I wanted to take it on a walk. And my mom actually encouraged me to go over to the house that the dog lived at. Well, the owner lived at the house, it's not the dog that lived at the house. That would be kind of weird. And take us over so I could ask if I could go on a walk with the dog. And of course the owner said yes because he was like an old man. If you watches this, you're not old, you're just slightly not young. No offense. As I said, he said yes because he didn't quite have the time that much anymore. His wife was sick and he had to take care of her at home, and yeah, I was really happy by that. Not happy to hear that his wife was sick, but I was happy. I was happy to hear that I could walk the dog. So a couple of times I walked the dog and nothing happened. But after a while, when we were living there, it's actually not at our current house. It's at extra vacation house that we still have. Like, we just go there sometimes, and yeah, we chill out there. We celebrate Christmas there, and it's basically our second home. There's a fly in here. After we've lived there for a while, we decided that we wanted 2 chickens, and we got those chickens. While we had those, we don't have them anymore because they got killed by a fox. Rest in peace, Mango and Chotney. Leave that in the comments below. Hashtag rest in peace, Mango and Chotney. If you didn't know, Cocker Spaniels are kind of, well, not very known, but they're known for being hunting dogs. And stupid Sarah went down the little road and like the trail that was marked off with trees on the side, where I would go past the chickens. Like, there was a fence between, of course, and this dog, that was Lady, that I was walking a couple of times, it got really like, it wanted to eat those fucking chickens, and so it every time we went past, it got a little bit hyper, and at one point it just stopped and made this like noises. And yeah, I wasn't really scared. I didn't think like, oh, why would this dog be doing those noises? I was just like, oh, dog, why don't you want to walk anymore? And I just leaned forward, and then snap, there went my nose. Well, not part of it. I was just leaning a bit forward, and he just jumped up on me and bit my nose. At first I didn't know what damage was caused. I could just feel like my face just beating, like, if you know that feeling when you feel like your heartbeat is beating like in your foot or some shit. That's how it felt, just in this area. And everything was kind of blurry, and I was really in shock, and I just screamed for my mom. The dog, I did not leave the dog behind. Note that. I was actually a good child, and I did care for the dog. So I took the dog on a leash, and like I made the leash kind of long so it would follow behind me, because that was how like scared I was at that moment.
I screamed for my mom, but my mom didn't know what kind of direction I came from. She just heard me scream from somewhere, so she kind of went the wrong direction that I was not in, like almost down the road, like the other side. I was just still in shock. I was just crying and screaming, and I was just yelling like, "Mom, it hurts!" And my mom would just be like, "I know, honey, just sit down." And we went in the house, and my mom was like, she didn't know if the dog was like aggressive at me, like if it was still angry at me, so like if it would maybe bite me at the same time. So when I came running over towards my mom just took the dog leash from me and was like, "Get in the house!" And she kind of locked the dog inside my room. Yeah, she just put the dog there and was like, "Okay, let's not talk to this dog unless we figure out why the fuck this dog bit you." I actually have some pictures from it. Warning, this might be a little bit graphic, but this is what my nose looked like just like after we wiped it off. As I said, it didn't really hurt that I couldn't run or I couldn't do anything. I was still conscious. It was just the bite that just hurt a lot, that just made me a little bit slower and a little bit more like, what the heck is going on? I thought that I was like, my mom would call the ambulance or anything, but she just called what is it called in English? 911. She called 911, and they were like, "Oh yes, what is your emergency?" And my mom just went, "My child got bitten by a dog." Like I could just hear her like, "My child got bitten by a dog." Like it was just that sound, and the first thing the lady like responded was like, "What kind of dog was it?" Thinking like, I mean, my mom could have made it so the ambulance would come if she said like, "Oh, it's a pit bull" or some shit like that, but it was just a Cocker Spaniel. My nose was actually, you can see kind of that I still have like a scar here. That scar I've had for a long time. I think actually, I forgot to say when it was that I got bitten by this dog. I think it was like in 14, 15, kind of, I think. I just know that I was like 11 or 12, so that adds up. As said, I was just in shock. I thought that the ambulance was gonna come. It didn't. We just had to drive there. And boy, let me tell you, that was a long trip to the hospital. We did not go. Well, fuck. We went to the hospital, and it was a long, long, long time.
Hello, Sarah from the future here, sitting and editing this. Yes, I know I'm wearing a page soup. Shut up. One thing that I forgot to say, which isn't that important, but it's kind of important for me, was that there was a little boy who got like a fishing hook in his cheek that was there, and I think he was like part Russian or some stuff. His mom was there, and my mom talked with his mom, and he was like 3 years old or something, and he was just the sweetest little boy, and he was just talking with me like, "Oh no, I like dogs, but dog bit you, oh no!" And yeah, he was adorable. Just saying. Yep, that was what made me not get annoyed at him there for like 5 hours. To the video again.